Hi class, my name is Stephanie Sutherland, and today I'm going to teach you all how to play golf. So golf is a game that consists of 18 holes. You can either go out and play 9 holes, or you can play 18. It just depends what the group is feeling that day. A normal game of 18 holes takes about 4 hours in a group of 4, and then 9 holes, cut that in half, takes about 2 hours. I just want to go through the basic rules of golf and what it consists of. So, as many of you know, the point of golf is to get the golf ball in the hole. To get the golf ball in the hole, you have to swing the golf club. Well, in the game of golf, each person has a golf ball, and as you can see, I marked the golf ball. Always mark your golf ball, because if it gets lost, or it could be someone else's, you just know it's yours. So you're gonna have a golf ball. Sometimes I like to use a glove, sometimes I don't. It usually helps with blisters. So you have a glove on your left hand if you're a right-handed person, and then if you're left-handed, your glove will be on your right hand. So I'm gonna show you an example of what a tee is. So this is a tee. And you are only allowed to use a tee when you are on the tee box at a golf course. So a way to put the tee in is you have the tee right here, you put the ball on it, and then say this was grass, you would just gently push it in. And then you're all teed up and ready to go for golf. When you are in the tee box, that's what it's called. The grass is kind of short. Everyone's supposed to be quiet when you're hitting and everything. And then you're supposed to use a driver, depending on the yardage of the hole. So you need to know like how far a club goes. So for example, like I shoot my driver about 260 yards. So if it was a 150 yard hole, I would want to use like my 5-iron instead. So that's kind of how I base it off of. Like I said, everyone should stay out of the line of your shot. Make sure no one's behind your backswing. Everyone should either be behind you to the side though, like not standing behind you. So once you shoot your ball, then you either land on the fairway. There's a fairway, which is like the short grass, and it's the best place to hit your ball because you just get good shots straight to the green. The green is where you will be putting. So for example, there's some out of bounces in golf. So you want it on the fairway. If it's not on the fairway, it could be considered the rough, which is technically still in bounds, but there's sometimes white poles that will mark the out of bounds. So when you're on the fairway, I usually say I'm about 120 yards away from the hole. I would grab a 9-iron. And a 9-iron, irons are strictly used for the fairway and the tee box, like I said, depending on the yardage. So a 9-iron, an 8-iron, 7-iron, 5-iron. I don't have a 4-iron. Some people do. It just depends. It goes up. The clubs usually range from about a 4-iron to a 9-iron. And there's also wedges that you can use, like a sand wedge and a pitching wedge. Also, I'd like to point out a hybrid club. So this is like a 3 hybrid. A hybrid is just sort of like a wood. There's a 3 wood and a 5 wood. So that can be used on the fairway or the tee box as well. However, when you approach the green, you're not to use a fairway. You're not to use an iron or a driver. You are strictly to use a putter. And a putter is great. Sometimes they have thick grips, sometimes they have tiny. Also, when you're putting, it's kind of a preference of choice. I don't use my glove. I prefer just take it off just because I have more so of a feel. And then let me step back here. When you go back, you have a little bit of it's kind of like a wheel. You go back, forth, and you just want to make sure that putt is perfectly aligned. Now when it comes to picking up your golf ball, you are allowed to pick up your golf ball on the green and put like a little marking in place of it, like a quarter for example, or like a little chip that some people tend to carry on their hats. And then you put that in the marking place, you mark your ball. Anywhere else on the green, you are not the green, anywhere else on the course, you are not allowed to pick up your golf ball. So that would include the tee box, the fairway, the rough. If you're out of bounds, you do have to pick it up and put the ball back in bounds. There's certain rules but that's when you get more lengthy into it. I just want to teach you the basics of how to play golf. So now that we know like what the game that golf is really about, I want to talk a little bit about golf etiquette. So what you wear to a golf course, what you don't. I worked at a golf course for like 3 summers now. So this would be like an example of what I would wear to a golf course. I have tennis shoes, a little skirt on, a collared shirt, and like a visor. This right here outfit is what you could wear to play a game of golf in. You're also allowed to wear like khakis, not jean shorts, but you're allowed to wear shorts. Always make sure you have that collared shirt going. Sunglasses are acceptable, hats are acceptable, visors are acceptable. Always make sure you have closed-toed shoes. That is definitely a main thing to know. Some golf courses though aren't really proper nowadays and you don't have to dress like this. I would say this is more like a country club look. One of the golf courses I worked at one summer was like a community golf course, so it was like a city golf course. I could have showed up in like athletic shorts and a t-shirt and were able to golf. But just in general, like if you're business golfing, this would be proper attire to wear.